Hello and welcome to another look at something made in China here on the RetroCore channel. Now, a while back you may remember that we took a look at a handheld system called the Family Pocket, which was pretty good. If you've not seen that video, there's a link in the video description down below, so please check it out. You might be quite surprised. Well, GearBest got in touch with me and they've sent over the Family Pocket 2, which is in here. Is it as good as the original Family Pocket? Well, let's find out. Currently, this machine is on sale for, as of making this video, $14. That's extremely cheap. How long it's going to be that price, I don't know, but that's the current price it's going for. Again, I'll have a couple of links in the video description down below. So anyway, let's take a look at the device. Now, I kind of like the box. It's quite nice. It's got a bit of silver writing on there. The serial number is known as the Super FC280. And as you can see, it's clearly NES Super Games Family Pocket. That's the same logo as the old machine. On the side of the box, we've got nothing special, just a QR code, some codes up there, and yeah, that's about it really. Bit of information down there. Nothing too special. And the back of the box is pretty bland. Now the box itself is pretty thick, so that's better than the usual flimsy junk we get. Okay. Taking a look at the machine itself, we can see that it is modelled on the original Game Boy. And it does come in a variety of colours, this one being black, obviously. So let's take that out and take a look at what else we get in the box. Okay, we've got the instruction manual, which is very similar in design to the original one. And according to this, you can plug in a USB joypad into this thing. That's pretty cool. Alright, so there's the instructions. If you wish to take a look at them, pause the video. Feel free to have a look. Okay. Pretty nice instruction sheet there. Don't know if you can see it on the video, but there's a little smiley face kind of etched into the packing there. Not sure what that's all about. Alright, what else do we get in here? Do we get an extra controller? Alright. Okay, well, we've got this nice little pouch to put our machine in. Looks a bit too small, actually, for the machine. Is this going to fit in? Ooh, it's a tight fit if it is. Yeah, but it just about fits in. It's a pretty tight fit, though, so, yeah. Won't be closing the bag up much. But anyway, there, it's nice that they've given us that little pouch. Keep the screen clean, I would imagine. Okay, we've got that little, what are these things called? I can't remember what these things are called now. Anyway, some little thing to connect to your console to hold onto it. We've got a a micro USB cable here that's used for charging the battery. And we've got a composite TV out cable. That's about it. So let's take a look at the actual machine. Let's move all that stuff over there. Okay, so here is the actual console itself. And feeling is, yeah, feels okay. Doesn't feel too cheap. It does feel a little light, but yeah, it's not the worst I've ever felt. In the back here, we've got the lithium-ion battery. Whoops. The typical Nokia style one, probably 400 milliamp, I would imagine, or 700 milliamp. Let's see if we can get it out and check. It is a 600 milliamp battery. So yeah, I'd imagine that'd give us about 4 hours to 6 hours of gameplay. Alright, plunk that back in. At the top of the machine, we've got our power on and off here. We've got the USB connector to charge up the battery. And we've also got a TV out socket there. On this side, we've got a volume control. You can just about see it there, I hope. And a headphone socket at the bottom. So that's pretty cool. On the front of the machine, we've got the typical start and select, D-pad, reset button, and our face buttons there. Probably these are going to be your standard buttons and these will be rapid fire versions of them, or maybe it's configured this way. We'll soon find out. Alright, control wise, yeah, Feels okay, I guess. Okay, so tell you what, let's get the camera into a better position, switch on this machine, and see how good the screen is. Okay, so first taking a look at the screen, we can see it is quite nice. It's pretty big. I don't know the dimensions off the top of my head, but I'll put them at the bottom of the screen right here. Okay, and as we can see, looking at it on angles, yeah, it's not amazing on the side angles, but on the top and bottom angles, it does, you know, keep a pretty good image. So that's what's most important, I would imagine. Okay, so how is the emulation on this thing? Well, they're always the same, aren't they? So what's probably most important is how many games are on here. Well, it says it's 401. Now, I have been through it, as I mentioned, and a couple of the games do seem to repeat. But I'd say in total, there are probably around about 280 to 300 games on here. Some of them being cheap games, but most of them being actual proper games. So let's take a look at some of them in action. Alright, well, we usually do Turtles and Contra, so we'll skip on them. Contra Force. It's one we don't normally cover. And what's unusual, they've actually kept the copyrights on the games as well, so they haven't taken them off. Okay, let's get the volume up a little bit. It does go pretty loud. Go Smith, since that's my name. Okay, so here we got our standard buttons. B and A. A is jump. And these are the rapid fire versions of the buttons. Okay, screen quality wise, it looks pretty good, to be honest. There doesn't seem to be any ghosting. So it's got a pretty nice screen by the looks of things. This game slows down anyway, so that's not fault of the machine, by the way. There's a little bit of shimmering on the screen, obviously due to the resolution not being exactly right, but it's not too bad. And the controls are very responsive, so no complaints there. Okay, so to change the game, we just press the reset button, as to be expected. Russian Attack, that's a nice one, it's not usually on there. Jackal's on there too. Good stuff. Don't know what this one is. Oh, okay. Yeah, I know this. Pretty nice platformer action game. Lovely. Looks pretty nice on this screen as well. Almost 16-bit in quality. Now, I'm sure somebody in the comment section is going to tell me how good the sound emulation is. To me, it sounds fine, but, you know, these things normally do have some sort of sound issues, you know, missing channels or slightly off waveforms or something. Okay, let's try one more game on the actual machine itself, and then we'll connect it up to the video capture card. Actually, come in handy with the rapid fire buttons on here. I'd say the controls are pretty good. Okay, let's connect this up to the video capture card and see how good the TV out is. I doubt it's going to be excellent because it's just composite video, but you never know, we might be surprised. Okay, well, taking a look at the menu, we can see that it does actually look pretty clean through the composite video. I'm surprised. Not bad at all. Okay, let's start up a game, see how that looks. Galaxicon. Yeah, it's got the typical composite video effects on it, but you know, not too bad. Sounds pretty loud, which is what we like to hear. Okay, not too bad at all. Pretty much what you'd expect. Okay, let's do a little bit of a montage of some of the games running on this system. So there we have it. That is the Family Pocket 2. And to be honest, I think it's a pretty good system. It doesn't have the sexy values of the original version. I think the original one did look better because it kind of represented a Famicom pad, or looked like a Famicom pad, I should say. But this one, I mean, it works pretty well. It's got a pretty decent screen on it. And the controls feel nice enough. I mean, you can't really complain, especially for the price, which it's currently going for. The TV out, not bad at all. It didn't, flicker on or off, anything like that. So that's also a good bonus. And you got the headphone socket as well. So yeah, to be honest, I would recommend the Family Pocket 2. It's a pretty good little NES clone that you can take on your trips with you and play games on the move. Not bad at all. And for those who want to see all the games listed on the machine, well, here comes the list just for you. But you better get your pause finger ready.